Hello, welcome to the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This reading is for anyone that wants to learn more about the Divine Masculine energy for this week. You can use this reading to see how you can come together with the source this week, balance your own masculine and female energies, or if you're in partnership, really look at how those energies are playing between two people. Our crowning card comes from the Kama Sutra deck, so I'll kind of start with a little intuitive read on that. I'll go into more of a literal book read of the rest of the reading and then finish with another holistic intuitive read for it. So this reading has many parts to it, and I'll just kind of explain as I go along which position each card is in and what it represents. Every card is from a different deck. I do that in all of my readings. They're purposefully chosen to really serve a particular theme for each reading. So starting off here, to really come together in a harmonic, blissful union, these two energies need the masculine to take more of a subservient role, just because it's almost depleted by being perhaps in a state of too much dominance. It's used up resources, it's feeling lack, it's feeling almost like death and decay and just a wasteland. And the feminine energy is so nurturing, it's so giving, that the male energy really needs to stimulate this energy and let it thrive in their lives. Let it come and be fully present. And this will make the entire environment around them beautiful, rich, and emotionally healthy. Now, let's take a look at some of the other energies going on. We'll start with the bottom row of cards, which is all about our subconscious, things that are hidden from us, and I'll explain each position as we go along. This first one is from the Shaman's Oracle, and this represents our deepest ancestral programming. So we have the Spirit of Wisdom. I am the Spirit of Wisdom. I put you in touch with the deeper levels of knowledge and transmute them into the gold of true understanding. With wisdom, you can only grow brighter, and your root becomes clearer with every breath. Watch for my star in the heavens and draw strength from my companionship as you walk the many tangled paths of life. Wisdom is much more than knowledge. It is a profound understanding of our purpose in the world and an intuitive grasp of how to exercise sound judgment based on the experience we have acquired in the course of our lives. With the help of the Spirit of Wisdom, we can access the deepest wells of understanding within our souls and learn how to make the best possible use of what we know. The Spirit of Wisdom enables us to navigate the road ahead with realistic expectations, knowing what might and might not happen for best and for worst, and recognizing our destiny when we meet it. Okay, so the next card over, we are going to take this one from the Oracle, the Black Doves of Africa. This is in the position of our environment, what's affecting us in our day-to-day lives that's outside of ourselves. It could be people, friends, the workplace, our home, our neighborhood, the media. And you have mirror. How one lives is their only fate. The mirror represents self-knowledge and physical and spiritual reflection. If you get mirror in a reading, it is highly unlikely that you have a clear awareness of how your words and your actions have created the circumstances you are now experiencing, for better or for worse. If you continue along this course, you may end up placing blame on someone or something else, or not giving yourself the credit that may be due. If you have been in some way rewarded, in either case, you will miss a golden opportunity to learn what works or what doesn't work for you. If you have already discovered the origin of the matter within your word or deed, then this card is letting you know that there is a critical point that you have missed. Review the core issue again. Okay, and now we're going to look at what is in the shadow, but it serves you to be in the shadow, but you still need to be aware of it. And we're taking this one from the Flowers of the Night Oracle. And it is Chance, Darwin's Orchid. Trust in the cycles and rhythms of life. This could be an ending, but also a beginning. And if you find yourself stagnant, perhaps you need to turn the wheel again, of letting go or unblocking what it is that is holding you back. Chance comes to those playing the game, who are open to all possibilities and who trust that they deserve to win. Perhaps there is a need to change your tactics, to withdraw a little and see the bigger picture. From this viewpoint, new possibilities should be clear. A reward for effort is shown in the completion of a project or goal, but be wary of resistance from outside influences. Keep going. Things might not be smooth, but they are turning your way eventually. I embrace the patterns and cycles of life. Our next card out is from the Water Crystal Oracle. It's a Japanese deck. And we have Rainforest. This is in the position of repressed emotion. The Earth's oldest living ecosystem. Rainforests cover 2% of the Earth's surface, or 6% of its land mass. Yet they house over half the plant and animal species on Earth. 1/4 of our medicines and many of the foods we eat today originated in the rainforests. We could just go on and on there with present day circumstances in a literal way concerning our rainforests. What I'm kind of getting is, if we equate it to our emotional health, that there's so many more emotions, and the ones that we have are precious and rare that we even express, but there could be just so much more emotional wealth if we protected that and let it flourish into our lives. Okay, so we're going to move up to the higher realms. And if you haven't noticed, I kind of have this reading semi-separated into like a Western and then an Eastern philosophical mirror of itself. So from the more Western higher realm energy, we're going to pull an angel card, and we have the Angel of Peace. This angel resides in the angel of heaven of creation. Its function is to guide our souls to peace. Its gifts are, it can help us to reconcile opposite forces in our lives, find solutions to conflicts and paradoxes, teach us how to be at peace with ourselves. This angel signifies the blessings that peace can bring. The swirling cloak envelops it in heavenly peace. The doves in flight symbolize both the release of our primary fears and the benefits of peace, to include calm and contentment. And then the card we're taking from the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power deck is Kali Troma Nagmo's Mandala Mansion. Stand firm and cut through tension, doubt, and fear. Kali's mandala glows dark midnight blue, as Kali's color is blue-black. The outer edge is a ring of fire, and the inside that is a fence providing protection from anyone who would enter unprepared or without the right motivation. Passing through these levels, you approach a lotus born in the muck, beneath the water, and rising up into the purity of the sky. It has bloomed from her heart and invites you in. The syllables ha, ri, ni, sa, part of her mantra, slowly appear on the petals, glowing, and then burning and shining brighter and brighter. Their light invites the nectar of wisdom from the hearts of all Buddhas to dissolve within you, mixing together to become a great ocean of wisdom. Kali, or Troma Nagmo in Tibetan, is the great wrathful mother of compassion. Her intensity burns through the fabric of duality, the illusion of this and that, right and wrong. God separate from me. She is the main deity in the Vajrayana, pacification of suffering, practice called chod. It is traditionally done in cremation grounds and places that bring us face to face with fear. So we learn to cut through the obstacles of tension, doubts, and fears, the obstacles that can deny us access to our joy. Her mandala is a map that shows the way from the outer world through the layers of an energetic system into an inner sacred world where you meet the divine. It is a microcosm of the macrocosm of an energy system, be it a universe, an ecosystem, a human being, or one cell. All are organized by the same dynamism and have a similar structure. Mandalas help us focus the mind and keep meditation places sacred. Like the rose window in European cathedrals, they are a circle of beauty with symbols that move from chaos to a still point to illustrate leaving the wildness of the outer world to find the harmony within. So those were the higher energies that you can integrate along with bringing up these subconscious energies, and combining these two together, we get just your realm of daily existence, the 3D reality that we live in. And in this week, the energy, if you integrate, the energy that's going to be on offer is associated with Sri Radha, the supreme goddess. A meditation associated with her is, O golden-skinned Radha, Queen of Vrindavan, the daughter of Vrishabhana, and beloved of Krishna, I offer salutations to you. Her blessings are faith in the power of love, ability to win the heart of one's beloved, increased devotion and attainment of divine love, liberation from the pains of thwarted love. And then we're going to look at your psyche for the week that will result from integrating these energies. From the Archetypes guidebook, we have the Father. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and the one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure, the father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations, allow the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. And our final card is in the position of the behaviors that can be enacted. And from the Starseed Oracle, you have, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it is also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people that can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs. And they will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way, sharing your path where someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? All right, beloved divine masculine energy, let's talk about your intuitive messages that I'm getting from this spread right now. I see that we're really centering in on this aspect of balance, and it's not a light versus dark, as in good versus evil. It's a very necessary balance that the darkness brings just as much beauty as the light brings prosperity. And that there's a need for both to be balanced. There is the sense of the divine feminine sort of looking away from you. She's in her own power. She is seeking something that you can't see yet, but that's where her focus is. She is still very healthy, very available, very nurturing. She is protected, and she's okay. So she is, in a way, calling out to something greater than her, to the energies, calling them in, connecting into something bigger than herself, yet standing on solid ground while she's doing that. And in a way, that may be a good thing, because she is in her power. So when you connect with her, she can share that with you. There is a sense of peace that the divine feminine is able to release into the world that is instinctual, and she is impassioned by it. And this sort of brings divine order to the divine feminine as well as the world at large. And it allows for this balancing of the energies, consistently layers by layers of balance in the reality, one being neither good nor bad. I see that there's sort of this chaos for you that you're not quite aware of, that perhaps comes as part of your upbringing, part of something that's just deeply in you. You don't quite understand it. It almost feels somewhat violent, somewhat bloody, somewhat removed though, and not formed really well, like a distant urge for something violent. But you're not really enacting it, you're not really aware that it's in you. And this energy is sort of held back from you. It's put in a place that's removed because there's a layer of organization that supersedes it. So this structure in your life is shielding you from and cloaking you from urges of violence, urges of, I don't really want to say, but almost like a bloodshed. But moving on from that, I can see that there is something that wants to be strong and bright, and an energy that wants to soar, that is of a higher purpose and combines really the feeling that the feminine is protected and strong and nourishing, and yet you in this masculine energy can soar high and live in your power as well. And I'm also seeing that there's this big sort of blurriness in a void, and there's a little bit of branching off from it that wants to connect to things outside of yourself, that wants to heal, that wants to emerge. But right now it's sort of this unacknowledged void that is fairly large and is taking up a lot of presence in your reality. But what it wants to merge with is sort of beyond you and greater than you, and seeks to be, to make you reach outside of your own limitations. So I believe that's what I've got for you this week, Divine Masculine. Thank you for being with me for this reading. Please feel free to look at the Divine Feminine reading if it should serve you. Take care, sending you many, many blessings.